Straight out of what? The clock?
Closet.
The closet.
Can you imagine?
You're gonna clear off this table now?
I love it. Straight out of the closet.
You need to see Dontez in the club.
I have seen that.
You saw him at Bulldog, but he was not giving you Dontez in the club. If you would have went to Compound,
We were just talking. Wait, David. We were just talking about this. No one invited us. I even called
we said it in the group.
Stop.
And you didn't call me that night.
Yes, I did. I called you on Friday.
Not Compound now.
Yes, I did. Thank you. I had nothing to do, and I said, "So what are y'all doing?" And I called you and was like, "What are you doing?" Because I had nothing to do. I finished cooking. I was bored.
No. What are we talking about?
I mean, well,
this show.
But let me tell you, we was talking about. Let me tell you,
Let me tell you, Olivia, you didn't miss anything.
And we added you in the group.
You didn't miss anything because I remember on previous episode, Dontez said that
you gotta download
there's a couple people at this table that when they go out there want to see with you and they can be fake. And I did not see Dontez.
I didn't know you was there.
I did not see Dontez at the club.
Wait, who said it's fake? Who's fake?
I said Dontez says on a previous episode when some of these people go out, you won't see them, this and that. They don't want to be seen with you. I did not see Dontez at the club.
I didn't know you was there.
Wes knew.
I didn't know when you was there until after I seen you right outside and the club was over. He said y'all came here.
Wes.
Yeah, well, I told him.
I told you.
I didn't tell. No, I didn't tell.
Yeah, you didn't tell.
At the club, I didn't say we was. At the club, I didn't say we was all looking for Dontez, but I was like,
Ciao.
What if it's too hard?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too rough?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too tough?
I'm gonna push through.
What if you're just too young?
That's not true.
What if you're not good enough?
That's not true.
Why? Because
I can do anything I put my mind to.
I believe in you.
Shut up.
Believe in yourself.
Hey, hi.
Tell me why.
We push through anything we put our minds to.
welcome. How is everyone doing out there? Thank you guys for tuning into A Connection TV, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to Culture Clubb. Like we do in every episode of Culture Clubb, we are going to reintroduce ourselves from our right to our left. State your name, and it says right here, if you are currently friends with someone that you do not trust, and if you are, why?
Ooh.
It's my turn.
Yes.
My name is David, and no, I don't have any friends that I know of that I do not trust. And in the event that I find out I cannot trust that friend, they gotta go.
Hey, my name's Chris. I think I have like maybe one or two friends.
Damn. You heard it live. He's talking to you.
No, let me tell you something. There are some friends out here, you know, some people can't hold water. And that is something that is chronic. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to happen with them and every other person. I think in that regard, I just have to know that, you know, with this person, I can't tell you everything, but you're still cool people. So, you know, you can't help it. You got diarrhea out of the mouth, is what Dad would say. So.
Now listening to what Chris had to say, I will have to say that, oh, but you don't know, mine is a little different. Okay, so someone who I classify as a friend, which is a very small pocket. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Olivia. And so someone who I would classify as a friend, no, I trust all of my friends. Someone who's like a cool associate or somebody who I'm rocking with, we cool and they will stop or whatever. Yes, I actually do have those people who you're like, oh, I can't tell her everything. So I agree with that. Yeah.
Hello, I am Wesley, and if I call you a friend, that means that I trust you. If I've never called you a friend, then that means that I do not trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm Levi Eric. I was gonna be like, what? I was gonna be like, yo, if they're my friends, I'm gonna trust them. But then Chris spoke, and I was like, you know what? I do have some friends that I can't necessarily trust them with what I say to not be spread around to other people. But when I first heard trust, I was thinking along the lines of like a more general type of trust, like a more, you trust them to be there for you, or you trust them not to steal from you. As far in those regards, like
Because those same
My friends
friends I could do that with.
To me,
The
there's
ones that can't
there's
hold
levels
water,
to
I
the
can still be
shit.
like, go to my car and grab my wallet, and I feel like everything's
Right.
gonna be there.
Right, I agree with you. I agree
Yeah,
with
there are
you.
levels
To
of
me,
trust and
yeah.
different types
Yeah.
of
There's
trust.
levels
Yeah.
to that because if I feel like I can't trust the person because
Somebody-
they wanna stab me in the back or something versus, oh, I can't trust this person because they always spill juice on the counter. That's like two different things.
They always want to spill juice on the counter, David.
I just want to shout out Mario. He bought me this shirt to wear to the show. It says straight out of the closet. So thank you to Mario. I have friends that I trust, but I have a couple of socials. I think that this has some type of motive. But other than that, I trust my friends.
What's your name?
Oh,
I
Dontez.
did that too. I did that too. That point.
Right, they got.
And I'm
right.
appreciative
That he
of
did.
Colin for
Right.
being able to be man enough and bold enough to say, you know what,
That
I
man
might not
still
be no
collecting a check.
He's not collecting a check. What are you talking about? No, your information. He's not collecting a check.
Tell him to get back all that money that he got from all those white masters. If we want to make that equation and equate it to that, get back all that money. If you sit there and try to be so proud for the black man and the ethnic man, get back all that money. And all those
Well,
black
you know what?
Hold on.
He earned that money. He was working.
We closed off on me talking. So we're gonna open back up on me talking again. And at the end of the day, if all these black people feel like, oh my God, we've been wronged and we need to do better, all y'all just stop picking up the fucking ball. And then all those white people will be like, oh my God, well maybe we should do something better.
So
But-
in the
hold on.
meantime, we just sit
But
here
at
and
the
just
same
do nothing.
at the same time, the NFL and the cops are there's no way that one is gonna take care of this cop situation. There's no way that.
What he did is he made it worse.
You alright? You alright, boo?
I was mad at that. I was mad.
You alright?
I was mad. Can I get a bank account? I was mad.
She shaking the table.
I was. Spilled my whole
But
drink.
no, like at the same time, one. I'm not gonna say one has nothing to do with the other, but one is not gonna correct the other. The biggest issue right now that we're dealing with.
How do you know that?
With black people people still getting shot by the cops. Him not
Okay,
saying,
but a lot of the different kind of initiatives that we've been making over the years have made differences.
Right.
So you cannot sit here and say that what he is doing is not enough or doesn't affect change because we still sitting talking about it right now. So don't
I'm
tell
only
me
talking
that.
about it 'cause Levi
Don't
said
tell
we
me
need to
that.
talk about
Don't
it.
tell me that what he's not doing is not affecting change because it
No,
is.
you're
We're
talking
having a
about, Wes,
conversation.
you're talking about it because, as you said, they're
Thank
still
you.
talking about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
It's clearly a hot topic, and I just want to say that
I would like
think
to say something.
What it's
I would like to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
Something has to be at this point, Levi, that I have to disagree with you.
Wait, you disagree with me?
Whoa! Yes! I'm happy.
Wow, really?
About what?
They're
Imagine
breaking.
that.
Oh my God! Now
They broke up.
They broke up. I won't.
They finally broke up.
Eminem out to the dark side.
Let him talk. Let him
There's
talk.
a conspiracy against me speaking right now. There is. Because I'm just trying to comment on this Kaepernick situation.
We need some more paper towels, bro.
And this is what's happening. So it's just
Let's just pause and just clean this table up, bro. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you.
Okay,
Right.
before we cut off, Chris said that you
No, no.
disagreed with me.
Okay.
And I just want to hear.
Well,
what-
no, I just disagree with the fact you were interjecting while I didn't get a chance to say what I was going to
Really,
say.
bro.
That's the
Reclaiming my
only
time.
thing. No one. Okay, you know what? I'm just.
Go ahead.
No, I can't. I just can't. I can't. It's just so like far gone at this point.
No.
Okay, well, I'll say something. I agree with you, Olivia, but I also kind of see what Wes is saying. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like it's on the level of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and all that they differ. It is a great thing that he stands for what he believed in because somebody has to at this point. But it's not on the level of the things those people had to go through. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I agree with that.
I think the reason we're talking about Colin is not because of who Colin is, but it's rather the principle of what Colin has done. And we're trying to figure out what does that mean for us as a community, as Black people? How does that reflect?
So I just said it.
How does that reflect
on that level?
Okay, so let me ask you a
Wait a
question.
minute. How does that reflect history? How does that reflect other situations that have transpired over time?
Other people have
No,
gone
you listen.
through
Okay,
worse. So
you
Colin,
listen.
weather the storm, baby. Keep it going.
You know what? This.
Yes.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me get something straight real quick. Okay, this is about adopting different opinions from different people. Okay. Now, when I speak, and if it's in stark contrast with what somebody else is saying, then we have to be able to allow that to have the floor for a second. That's fine.
You gotta do
That's
the same
fine. And I have been.
Okay.
So, when it comes to the Colin situation, we're talking about the principle at hand. When it comes to, as Levi said, it's a reflection of situations that we have already tried to overcome, and to see that someone can do something as slight as taking a knee versus, all the other atrocities that you have seen, is because they're trying to make an example about what it means to be an American, what it means to have to pledge allegiance to this flag, to know your place, because it was at that point that we were doing the national anthem that it became abhorrible, because then it became a question of citizenship, then it became a question of rights. Do you have the right to do this or that? Because we're signing your paychecks at the end of the day, and we're the ones who are giving you these opportunities, and it is for our entertainment at the end of the day, okay? So I think that is very important to say, that regardless of the fact that it is Colin and he has millions of dollars, I think that's what they want you to get tripped up on, and don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay? Because they'll do it, if they do it to him, damn sure they're gonna do it to you.
Can I speak now, Chris?
Go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to say, yes, David, he's not Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, but he's an NFL player who has reached to all of America, millions and millions of people, and this is what he said when he asked why he knelt during the anthem. I'm not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses Black people and people of color. That's an NFL player telling millions of people, taking a stance. It might not be holding a rally in downtown Atlanta, marching through the streets, or like throwing in the towel and saying, I'm not playing until this and this and this, but he's still reaching out to millions of people, using his celebrity to get a message across. Even in a small way, that matters. And the fact that he's being punished by white people for doing that is a problem.
I agree.
It's a problem. It's still not on. I can't sit here and feel like it's on that level. Like, back in those days, he wouldn't even be able to do that. Like, people would have probably ran his house and lynched him after he did that.
And so by saying
I'm not
that,
saying it's right.
so by
That's
saying
not
that,
what
you
I'm
saying that, so he's not doing the most then. I don't understand. By your whole, but what you just sat there and
The
said
whole
was like, he's not
environment,
doing a lot.
the whole platform, it's like, it's not the same. Like, we're saying, oh, this is just like Medgar Evers and Martin Luther King.
Okay, do you know who Bayard
No.
Rustin is? Do you know who Bayard Rustin is?
No, who's that?
Okay, so that's what I have a problem with. Because the fact that you can actually be out, gay, Black.
Does Colin know who he is?
Stop.
All right,
Stop.
so let's-
Stop. Stop.
so let's-
Stop.
no,
No,
but let's
stop.
not
Stop.
go.
Stop. No,
Let's
because that's
not.
a big important thing.
And
no,
it's a big important thing
America,
for Colin,
I'm
because we're
sorry.
talking
No,
about
stop.
Colin
Stop.
right now.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Sis, we're
There's
gonna
a
go back
point.
and forth.
There's a point. The fact of the matter is Bayard Rustin was one of the fucking pinnacle people inside of the civil rights movement. He was a gay Black man, okay? And he was actually the force behind Martin Luther King. He actually damn near wrote half that damn speech that Martin Luther King spoke.
And Colin probably
So
doesn't
no,
know
the
who
problem
that
is the problem is that just because you're sitting here trying to make the point of, well, he didn't do what blase blah did, okay.
It's not about he didn't do it. He did. The whole time is different. It's
Okay,
Oh,
he's not
okay.
allowed to do it.
Okay, so I don't want this to be a whole hour episode.
I just don't think it's a question of rights. Because he did what he did. He did.
So this is what we'll do. We'll go full circle. We'll go down the line and we'll close off on this topic because we could go all day on this topic. So Dontez, close off on that topic.
I commend you. I don't care who you are as a person. Take one person to change somebody's mindset.
Thank you.
No matter how
Thank you.
rich,
Come
how
through.
smart, how smart, how dumb you are, you could change somebody's mindset with one person. That one person did. So I commend you. Thank you.
I agree with my baby.
Well, that was it.
Yeah.
I think that if you're going to do what you did, awesome, thumbs up to you, buddy. Great job. But then go further, okay? Go further, okay? And if it's really gonna make that much of a difference, and we have so many black people in the league talking about it like, oh, he's doing a great thing, but y'all ain't doing shit. My thing is, all of these individuals of high power need to do something. And I've always been that type of person to say, okay, if you're gonna say something on TV to make you look good, okay, well, what are you doing behind the scenes? What are you doing behind the scenes that's gonna create more of a change, make a bigger impact? Like when you throw a stone in the water, the ripples continue and continue. So I don't see any fucking ripples from Kaepernick right now, other than the fact that,
You don't know Kaepernick. You don't know Kaepernick. You don't know Kaepernick. Stop it. Stop.
At the end of the day,
Don't do that.
At the end of the
Don't
day,
do that. Don't do that.
deflate your
Don't
vein,
do
baby.
that.
Deflate
Don't
your
do
vein.
that.
Deflate your vein, okay? Deflate your vein. Thank you. At the end of the day, I would love for change to come about where cops will go on the street and not stop me because of the color of my skin. But I don't see the impact that Colin has done for me in my life.
Oh my
in
God.
my life.
Oh my God.
You had your
Oh my
time.
God.
You had your time. Thank you.
Claiming his.
Right. In my life, I don't see the difference because I still get stopped and I still get judged. And him not nailing that did nothing for me. It did nothing for me.
Okay, Olivia.
Okay, it's my turn. Thank you. All right, so clearly you have not done enough research, sir, because if you know that he is actually about that life. Colin Kaepernick is one of the few individuals that play any sport outside of LeBron James who is about that life. He does it in his career. He does it in every walk of life that he does. And I commend you, sir. And I am in this position where I'm saddened that you are unable to continue your career off of something that I feel like, don't do that.
I'm applauding him.
You're diminishing her time.
Don't do that. That I feel like it's unfortunate that you're unable to move forward and thrive and you don't have the entire black community and this entire American community, whether white, black, brown, orange, yellow, purple, whatever, behind you and understanding why you're doing what you're doing. Specifically, when we compare you to other people who've actually committed a crime, you have committed no crime, sir.
No crime.
No crime, sir. And I feel like I'm appalled at what I'm seeing today in today's society. I feel like I am growing up and living an experience of what my mother went through in 1968, in 1958. I mean, come on. This should not be happening in 2017 America. And I'm apologetic that this is what we're dealing with. And I do hope that we'll be able to get some resolve around this. And I do hope that we'll be able to be a collective community that is able to understand this further and able to be able to stand behind you justly and right behind you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I agree with everything. That was a masterclass on breaking that down. I have to say that was. I agree. I agree. No, I honestly agree, and I just want to add on to what Olivia is saying. On top of everything she said, when you do have a platform, when you do have a voice, and you are out there articulating and saying that you stand for something, are you really doing everything that you can possibly do on that plane? And despite the types of criticisms and type of backlash that you may have, and to play devil's advocate, Wes, you said in a previous episode that, you know, when it comes to your platform, you kind of just do it, you know, because that's how you feel and this and that. But obviously, from the passion that's coming across on this table to the topic at hand and to your own personal opinion, that you actually believe that if you had seen within him something that you feel like is valuable within oneself, then I don't even see how you could have a conflict with what he has done. Because he has put himself out there. He has, you know, he's done a lot, you know what I'm saying? For someone, if you look at that as a job and you're getting your paycheck, and you are going to sacrifice your job to make a point. There's not a lot of people who would do that.
Well,
Okay, so my thing is, I'm not against what he did. I just honestly feel like he has to say to himself, like, what are the next steps? You know, yes, he probably maybe tipped the iceberg of what our, civil rights movement, people that made us able to, be free and come together have done. But you have to know that when you take those type of stances from history, there tends to be backlash. So
but we should be okay with that.
Let him finish.
And we should be okay with that.
Hold on, I didn't have a rebuttal. I didn't have a rebuttal at all. I don't have a rebuttal at all to Chris or you. So
reclaiming my time.
You should pick my cottonness for me.
Reclaiming my time.
go ahead, Dave.
Jesus. I'm not even going to sit here and act like we're in even the same dimension of how things were back then. It's not to say that if we were in an era like back then, that he would even step out and do that. Yes, it's a great thing what he did. Do I think he should be crying in the corner now? Now is not the time to cry in the corner because they won't pick you for a team. Now is the time to keep pressing forward. Expect what you're getting. And if you really want to make that change, if you really want to make that change, keep fighting. That's all I have to say.
All right, well, we're done with Colin Kaepernick. We are going to move right on.
Don't disrespect him.
We're going to move right on.
Thank you.
We're going to move right on.
Just because you got caught up with
So, do y'all believe, no, not do you believe, but is it okay for you to have sex when someone stinks? We're going to completely change the topic. Have you ever indulged or engaged with a person and you went down on them and you took a whiff and it was like, oh, wait a minute, damn. So you keep going?
No, I ain't never had it going down, but
like, babe, I just came from the gym. Yeah, I just came from the gym, babe. They sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't worn deodorant in like 2 years now, and I personally love the smell of natural body odor, so most certainly yes, I would.
Balls stink. They have the potential to really, really stink. And so for me, if your balls stink, I'm probably not doing anything with your balls. So wash up. I'm a firm believer. Before we have sex, let's take a shower. Or where did you come from before we were about to engage? Like I always ask that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, let me ask you, would you out there in the world, if someone shook your hand, would you then take that hand that they've been walking around all day with and lick it? If your answer is no, you would not lick someone's hand. If they walk right up to you and lick, why the hell are you sucking on someone's junk?
We do that all the time when you go to a restaurant and the host grabs the menus that everybody else has spilled the coffee on and everything else and seats you at your table that you put your hands on, and then you lick the sauce off your fingertips all the time. So.
And your hand is touching a lot more than your balls are.
Yeah. So would you lick your girlfriend's hand, or do they gotta take a shower first?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't like smells?
No.
Cause I know fish smells bad, don't it?
Oh.
Let me tell you something about pussy.
Today's you gonna learn today.
You gonna what? No, absolutely not. Like vagina already has a wonderful smell.
Come on.
That should stay in a kind of wonderful
pH
space,
balance.
pH by itself. And so when you add sweat, when you add
What was this?
no, when you add sweat, and I have a very keen sense of smell. I can actually smell when my shorty is on her cycle. So
Shower.
no.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can smell when a woman that I'm dating has started her cycle or is about to start her cycle. I can smell it on you because I can't. No, you need to be clean.
All right. Apart from bring back to the menstrual world, I'm gonna play to a different angle because I think it's important. That when we're actually naturally attracted to each other, we are attracted to the natural smells and kind of like pheromones that we give off. One of the reasons why when you go to the gym, that you keep working out, that you find yourself checking out other people, like when someone just gets done working out and they like in front of you and you're like, oh my God, it's a bit of that aura and it's a bit of that, those scent, pheromones that are going off. And I mean, from a human standpoint, if someone was in the hunter-gatherer days and they just got done, dragging a 500-pound deer home and they're sweaty and they give off that thing, it's an innate thing for us to kind of like that. So I think apart from just an accumulation of just funk and you bringing everything from, just the last 7 days or whatever in the bedroom. Listen, I'm saying, if we talking about funk and we talking about stink, it's two different things, okay? Now, if you stink and you came home from the gym, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't lie. I done been around dudes who've been coming from the gym and they a little bit musty, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? He's sweaty, he just smell, but it's not.
In my mouth.
It's just like, I don't know. Freak. I don't know if I'm offended by just anything that is outside of cocoa butter and shea butter. Like honestly, I don't feel like you have to smell like Irish Spring, in order for, I feel like that's kind of like some societal proper, we're trying to be non-human and
Amen.
all of that to act like we can't be attracted to somebody because they don't smell like man-made soap. Like, I think you can still, smell and like be hot.
Preach it, babe.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go that deep with you for the record.
He's gonna bring it up to like a Dove level. like a neutral tone kind of unscented.
So they're just like 3 levels to me. It's like, oh damn, man, you smelling good, or it's like, oh, okay, got your little man scent. And it's
What's
just
your man
like,
scent? Allspice?
Nah, you gotta go hit the shower real quick before we do anything. So
Can you clarify man scent though? I'm just curious.
it's like, man, like somebody just waking up. They don't necessarily stink because they just slept in the bed and woke up, but they didn't like shower and get all freshened up either. I can kind of hear
Do you
that.
think if somebody just woke up that they stink? Does anyone on the panel think?
They better not
That's the
stink
point.
because 9 times out of 10 you took a shower before you got in my
I
bed.
hope so.
Well, I'm not gonna sit here and say that every time before I go to sleep I take a shower, but 75 to 80% of the time I do take a shower, depending on what I did today or that day. But when I wake up, I've never stunk and woke up. Like when I wake up, I don't be just stinking. You know what I'm saying? So if I wake up,
I'll be just stinking.
yeah, you can top me off a little bit if you know what I'm saying? You can put your mouth down there and you're not gonna be like, damn, babe, nah, because I'm in the bed. So I will hope that somebody's not in the bed. Like,
but nah, to me it's just like, right off the bat, like 2 seconds, I'll be like, okay, I can deal with that or I can't.
right. Right. So we do have a couple to the left of us right here. Introduce yourselves. What's your name?
Oh, beautiful.
Gary.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Jimmy. What's your age, Gary?
I'm 34. I'll be 32 on Friday.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign? Aries.
Leo.
Aries. We got an Aries and a Leo couple over here.
Aries. What's
So
your birthday? Aries.
April 4th.
I'm April 2nd.
and we got an August 11th Leo over here. I'm August 11th as well. If you are in the Atlanta area, y'all won't see this video be out. Never mind, don't worry about that. So the question that I got to ask y'all is, when y'all in bed and y'all want to do whatever it is that y'all do when y'all in bed, just waking up, have you ever looked up in your boy's face and was like, boy, you stink, go take a shower? Or you just be like, you just go to town? All right.
So
This is a new relationship.
I mean, but let's be real, right?
They been real.
No. I'm just saying. We know that the male area has the possibility of smelling like straight garbage, straight nasty gutter butt garbage. Period. So you're saying that if your man has been out all day, went to the gym, didn't even take a shower at the gym, went to the sauna at the gym, didn't take a shower, and came back, put on some clothes, still sweaty, nasty, whatever, y'all are willing to get it in?
I am, depending on how strong the scent is. If
Okay.
it's too strong, no.
Okay.
But if it's tolerable.
Okay. All right.
I've never smelled it. For the record, I've never smelled anything that smelled like garbage.
right.
Not garbage.
Like,
This I feel like this.
Yeah.
The man.
I've never smelled like a pheromone to me that
So you
smells like garbage.
never. Okay, so maybe garbage is a strong word, but you never take off your clothes and you was like, oh shit, what is that? That's
Well,
good.
I think this plays a little bit into this plays a little bit into the desensitization. I'm not saying that word right. Just being desensitized a little bit as maybe a metrosexual, maybe as a societal human being. But at the end of, like, even the point where people shave all of their pubic hair and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, with pubic hair, it does have a functional purpose when it comes to friction, to catching bacteria, that is for sexual health, actually. So, we think about all the natural smells that naturally come out of our body, and we want to say that that's indicative of something that's wrong. No, trust me, when it smells really bad and wrong, it smells wrong. But there's a different type of smell, you know what I'm saying, when it's just giving you in a different mode, you ain't coming from a different state, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like how you have, when someone smells sweat, it has a different smell than, whatever type, I guess, sweat that's going to be in the pubic area, but to think that you can't be turned on or you're not going to be like aroused beyond that.
So flip the question.
Yeah.
Could you tell? I mean, do you engage in conversation with your friends? You said that in the last episode. You said that, or this episode, you said that you had issues with trusting your friends because they have a running mouth, diarrhea in the mouth. So, in disclosing information with our friends, we sometimes get excited, like, oh man, he just put it on me last night. Let me tell you. Do you tell your friends about your sexual encounters with your booze?
If it was really damn good, I'd be like, bitch, I got to tell somebody. I know I can describe something. I'll call up one of my friends and be like, oh my God.
He put it on, yeah.
He did. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just like, it's a natural part of my week, like I'm saying, you go to the gas station, do certain things throughout your week. You know what I'm saying? To keep everything in balance. You know what I'm saying? If I just get a routine, get it in, then no, it's not necessary for me to call anyone and break it down.
When's the last time you called someone and was like, damn, he just...
Well, see, I say it in different ways. Sometimes I say I'm running late. And if I'm running late, maybe it was because he was putting it down. This morning.
Okay. So there it is. And the inside joke is, for those of you that don't understand what's going on, we were supposed to start filming at 1 o'clock, and we were missing 2 individuals. At first it was Miss Olivia, and then she came down, and then we were still wondering where Chris was. And Chris was gone, but now he just disclosed to the world, all of you, and a couple over here, and everybody
There's
here.
something of which you will not know of which was filmed.
It's too late. Right, it's too late. It's too late. So David, do you disclose?
We filmed 3 episodes in one day.
When you have some good sex, do you disclose it with your friends?
Not necessarily. If like the person's name comes up or something, they can usually tell like my reaction.
Okay.
But I don't just go like, damn, what's that name? Got some that.
Okay. You?
Yes, she's a girl.
Right.
They do that.
First of all, no. I would say it's more like what you're saying. That if somebody, like if you started talking to me, I'd be like, like you do the,
About that.
About that. Like, I do that. I don't sit there and be like, bitch, let me tell you, oh my God. Girl, no, I don't do that. But, you know, I mean, I'm like, yeah, you know.
So I've realized that in disclosing certain things with certain individuals, you need to be aware because certain individuals like to receive information just to figure out how they can get or do or whatever that it is that you've accomplished and are doing. So for me, if I'm with someone and the sex is just grade A bomb, you have to be like close to like my brother or my sister if I'm really gonna disclose the specifics of what we did in the bedroom. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not gonna know because I don't want you to investigate. I understand how people out here work, and for me, if what I'm doing is good, I want to keep it with what me and what I got going on. I don't want you.
So wait, so how much of this has weighs on what the other person you had sex with you would expect them to do?
In terms of
like, okay,
bless you.
if I'm really dealing with somebody and we had some bomb ass sex and I feel like it was so bomb because they was with me, then I'm not really worried about what anybody else, you know. Like, I don't feel like nobody can take something away from you that's not already kind of.
I mean, I don't subscribe to the mentality that what's meant for you is meant for you. I don't subscribe to that.
What?
Hold on, let me finish. Because at the end of the day, you can believe that shit all day long. But if somebody else comes around that's better looking, whatever, got a bigger ass, bigger dick, whatever, he can easily snatch your shit right up. And you can sit here and think that it was made for me. Oh, now it's not made for me now because he snatched it. No, anything is possible. I live in a world where anything is possible. And if you want it to happen, then 9.999 times out of 10, you need to make that shit fucking happen.
Okay, let me.
Period.
Couple. I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Gary.
Gary?
Yeah.
Jimmy. Do you feel like when you're in love, you have something that's bomb that's going on, do you really feel like you have to keep an air of caution with you at all times, that there are other people out here who can't handle you
Being together.
Being together or speaking on that? Or like you have to protect what you have from the rest of the world, this aggressive community? Or do you feel like what you have is like what you have?
You gotta ask him that question separate.
So when we first met, we met like a long time ago, but we were reconnected by a mutual friend that we had. However, I was just getting out of a relationship, and my ex and the mutual friend were friends. They tried to do everything they could to like stop this. However, like once you have something, like nobody can really stop it.
So what's meant for you is for you then.
Right. I'm sorry, pause. No, I'm sorry. No, hold on. Because somebody's at the door, Raheem's
The
at
distraction. Every time he's disagreeing.
It's one of those.
Sorry,
Okay, so disclaimer. I am the moderator of this freaking panel of crazies, okay? So, and we're gonna do a video discussing y'all comments and shit, because some of these people are very sensitive to y'all comments. I can care less. But I've read the comment that Wesley is always in his phone, Wesley's doing this, Wesley's doing that, and to the point of the matter, someone literally came to this facility and needed to call me to get in. So, cutting shit out, goddamn.
You realize how more petty and shadiness has just grown?
I know! It's my episode!
Who is petty and shady?
This one, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh
The
my
shade
God.
is the mother.
No, but I didn't want.
You saw that, right? For a second he debated and he was like, no. He was like, no, yeah.
No, but I didn't want Gary and Jimmy to feel like I was being completely rude, so that's why I explained myself. Because other than that, I really wouldn't explain myself. But they're never around me, so I just wanted to let them know that literally, and he's gonna ring your phone. So,
Got you.
All right. So I'm sorry, I completely missed it, but they made a point. No, I completely missed it. No, I did. I'm sorry. No, I did.
And Wesley is the moderator of this motherfucking panel.
Let's make it clear.
That's the whole point.
Clear.
No, stop it. Stop it. Y'all are bad.
Wait, y'all made a point.
No. Okay. Basically, at the tail end of that, what I heard was what's meant for you is what's meant for you. As she touched me on my shoulder, was like, what's meant for you is what's meant for you. So that's how you honestly feel.
Yeah, I really do feel that way. Like, things come at you from all oppositions. And it's always like you're able to withstand what you have. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, even like, for as far as us, that we don't even go out like that. However, like for the past like few weekends, we've been going out. And it's just funny to like, cause I've never been in a relationship with like a dude for real. But it's really funny just the reactions that we get. Like last night was just a totally different reaction. It was mostly hate, you know what I'm saying? It was just the hate of like what you said, like, you know, the viciousness of this lifestyle in the community and what it can be. But you just gotta know how to tune shit out.
So here's my rebuttal, or is that Raheem?
It looks like a Raheem.
Oh, okay, you can come on in. Grab a chair from the other room. Oh, you can put some stuff down.
It's a full room.
Yeah.
I didn't want to walk in front of you, Cam.
Yeah, you not. But not rebuttal, whatever. You know, I always got to play devil's advocate. I always got to come with some sort of opposition. If I feel that Dontez is not doing it this episode, and he hasn't been doing it the last couple of episodes. So my thing is, and to the people, it's a great idea to have that concept that what's meant for you is what's meant for you, but there is no relationship where you don't put forward the work. So at the end of the day, hold on. Because at the end of the day, if it's meant for you, it's going to be meant for you. But there's things that you have to do to maintain what's apparently meant for you. So for them to go to the club and feel comfortable, obviously they've already set it up for themselves to where they can actually accomplish that and do that. So there is balance in the work and the concept of what's meant for you is what's meant for you. But I honestly feel that work takes precedent over what's meant for you. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say.
As they say, to whom much is given, much is required. Okay, yes, you believe in that? Do you believe in that? Do you believe in that?
What's your point?
I'll take that as a yes, because you have to figure out what my point is first. You figure out if you agree.
You know what? See, what we not going to do, though. What we not going to do. Because there going to be too many oops coming up on this Instagram song if y'all shaded me. That's what we not going to do. Go ahead.
Okay, so, yes. So, like, as I was saying, to whom much is given, much is required. So, on top of that, you have to have the faith that what you have personally is enough. When you personally have your own faith that what I have and bring to the table is enough, then I don't have to keep anything of goodness because it's going to be mine, because that is my disposition to exist within spaces that I'm always going to have that. That's a personal self-identity. So it's not going to be conflicted by situations that I am or who I'm around. So if that is how I feel, then yes, what is meant for you is meant for you, because that's who you identify what you have with being yours.
And then you'll be in that 2-year relationship where the person cheated on you for 1.5 years and ended up bringing something to the relationship. So at the end of the day, you can feel all of that all day long.
And
you can feel all of that all day long. But in my experiences, people that think completely on that premise end up wanting to cut their fucking throats because, oh my God, it didn't happen, or oh my God, I lost this job. I thought it was supposed to be for me. Oh my God. So it's like all I'm saying is if you subscribe to that belief, that's great, that's perfect for you. But be realistic with some spices of realism on that belief. Okay.
Let me put my little 2 cents in. Okay. Everyone, this side of the table.
He's about to Kanye the moment. Let him Kanye the moment.
So, I kind of agree with Wes here, but I think it's a balance. Like most things, it's a balance.
Oh my God.
Because you can't go like, when I first meet someone and I think they're really great, I am a little protective and I don't want to go like flaunting them around because you might not know yet that it's meant for you, so you don't want to offer other people a chance to snatch somebody up.
Well, you would never
let him finish.
Well, I see where he's coming from. I'm saying you can't have that mentality yet. You just have to trust.
I was trying to understand where you were going, but you were interrupted.
No, we're actually having
to reclaim your time.
We're actually having.
Make a point, Chris, or I'm reclaiming my time. Spit it out, bitch. All right, reclaimed. So what I was saying was, you can't go around like flaunting off a hot piece of meat and trust that the hyenas aren't going to attack it, because they might. And you gotta like take your
Well, you
time.
wouldn't say that that's yours. I'm making my point, okay? So reclaim. So you won't walk around flaunting anything. You don't go in the grocery store and you walk around with stuff like it's mine before you get to the checkout counter, okay? So by your logic, yes, you do have to reach a certain point, but at the end of the day, you will say before you get to that counter that I'm going to leave out of here with what is mine or what I'm supposed to have that day. Okay?
But what if you go to the checkout
listen,
and your card is declined because you don't have enough funds?
Well, what you're saying is so.
Then it wasn't for you.
But it's so. Right.
All right, okay, let's go back.
It's such a touch of press and play point that he's making. Like, well, if this or that happens, well, that means that this or that. No, a lot of times with life, things make sense in hindsight. If you have trust to believe that you're gonna figure out why the situation didn't work, or maybe I was personally lacking in something the fuck that I did in that situation. Maybe I should have put some money in my account, and then my car wouldn't have got declined, or maybe I wouldn't have been so passive with everything that was happening in that 2-year relationship that I wouldn't have been in it. But at the end of the day, we play a part in the choices and decisions that we have to make.
Wait,
hold on. I never got to finish. I want to bounce off the store metaphor. So let's say it's Christmas. Listen. Hold on. It's Black Friday and there's only one Tickle Me Elmo left on the shelf. You better believe I'm gonna walk around that store protecting that Tickle Me Elmo, like holding on to that before I get to the checkout line.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak. Hold on. I'm gonna speak for all.
He's at work and goes to another store.
Right.
I'm gonna speak for all of the individuals out there that have been in relationships, that have been told that baby I'm yours, that have been told baby I love you, that have been told countlessly, time over time, that everything's perfect, everything's great. In their eyes, what they see in front of them, everything's great, everything's working, okay? If you've been going through that situation and you believe in yourself that what is yours is meant for you and we're in love and everything's perfect, this man ended up being a pathological liar and was cheating with another dude for 1.5 years, and then in that blinded me, okay, and brought HIV to the relationship. So don't sit here and belittle what I personally went through and say that, oh, if I was paying attention, oh, if I blah, 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 oh, if I, blah, 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 blah. That's what I heard and that's what I believe. So I'm speaking for everybody out there that can attest to going through a similar situation. If someone is giving you all of this beautifulness and you feel that you believe it and it's tangible, and when y'all are together, everything is fucking grade A, but when they walk away and you close that door and they're out there on the streets and they're sitting there fucking and slutting and doing whatever, that you're never gonna know until the evidence is really brought to the table. So for everybody that's out there that has suffered and gone through that, I'm with you and I understand. And so that's why I say sprinkle some spices of fucking realism on the situation, because anything is possible when you're dealing with another human being. No one on this earth is perfect and or is God. So don't give people that power, and that's all that I'm saying. Point blank in the period. I'm done.
And it's unfortunate. No, excuse me. Reclaiming my time. Okay, so it is unfortunate, Wesley, then by what you just said, that you then don't understand the concept of what's for you is meant for you, because nobody said that relationship was because that person said to you all of these things and I love you and blah blah blah, that relationship was meant for you.
No, but you missed.
I did not interrupt you, so therefore I did not interrupt you, so therefore. So what Chris was saying was that it's unfortunate that oftentimes in hindsight we understand the lessons and we understand what is for you and what was not for you and so on and so forth. The concept of understanding something that is for you is being able to witness and see throughout all of the gook that it's not stagnant. What's meant for you is not stagnant. It was meant for you in that moment for you to learn whatever lessons you needed to learn then.
Okay.
And it wasn't meant that you needed to be with that person.
Right.
It was meant that you needed to be with that person at that time to
Right.
learn whatever lessons you needed to learn
Exactly.
to be able to move on and be who you needed to be
Come on.
going forward. And so therefore,
I,
when you go to the next relationship, you'll be able to have whatever said lessons that you learned
Yes.
in last
Sis.
relationship to be able to move forward.
Sis, let's be real.
That's what
Sis, let's be
something
real.
that's meant
What's
for
Sis,
you
let's be real.
is
Let's be
for
real.
you.
At that particular moment, if you did not hear everything that I just said, because I was speaking English, in that particular moment, there is no way that Dontez, Levi, myself, Olivia, Chris, or David is gonna sit in that space and be like, well, it wasn't meant for me. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. There's no way.
It was meant for me.
No,
it was meant for me
no,
that
no,
I
you're missing the point. You're missing the
you will
point.
not
You're
do
missing
the
the
same mistake
You're missing
again.
the point.
I guarantee you
You're
that you will
missing
be
the point.
wise enough that
You're
when you
missing the
speak to
point.
someone, you will be like,
You're
you know what?
missing the point.
I dealt with a pathological
You're
liar,
missing
so
the
therefore
point.
I
And it's
see
okay.
the
I
sign.
accept the fact that you don't see the point. It's fine.
I don't see your point.
It's
You're
fine.
right.
Let me tell you,
It's
to your
fine.
point, talking about real world situations,
Right.
you cannot control what happens to you. You can only control how you respond
Respond to
things
it.
that happen to you.
Lord
so if you have to aspire to be in that space, because just like you said, you ended
Close out the
up
episode.
you ended up with a pathological liar, and that was something that happened. Now you're affected in a certain type of way. You have a choice to be bitter about the situation and to be able to try to stay away from that situation,
True.
or you can ask yourself, God, equip me with the knowledge and skills that I have to be able to recognize the situation, not so that I won't have them, but that I'll have enough strength to overcome them.
So case in
Thank you.
point,
I'm not making
if
decisions-
anybody,
hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. So that I'm not making decisions based out of fear and rather of optimism that things will work to my good. All things are working towards my good, and as long as I continue to be a smart person, all these positive things we like to say about ourselves, but then don't give ourselves enough credit to be able to overcome situations because we are that smart and articulate.
Lord, grant me the serenity. The serenity.
he stayed trying me, but it's okay. This is what I'm gonna tell y'all out there. I can't wait for any one of these individuals, especially Olivia and Chris, to go through something in life.
No, that
And
is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
And my rebuttal
First
is,
of all-
if it was meant for you, it would be for you, sis. There's no need to have this conversation. If it was meant for you, it would be for you, Chris. There's no need to have this conversation. It's gonna
You ain't got
happen.
to worry.
It's
It
gonna
happens
happen.
often.
It's gonna happen.
It
And I
happens
can't
often
wait. I
with
can't
me.
wait
You
to
don't-
say
you don't-
those
You ain't
words.
gotta wait. It happened already. What you waiting for?
But you